have done something because you hear how everybody would, you get this role in Hollywood, you had to have done something. So now all
Shannon Sharpe, a former NFL star turned media personality, has found himself at the center of a firestorm in the entertainment industry, largely due to his decision to provide a platform for unfiltered voices on his podcast, Club Shay Shay. The controversy erupted following a nearly 3-hour interview with comedian Cat Williams, whose candid and explosive remarks targeted major Hollywood figures, including Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. This interview, which aired in early 2024, not only skyrocketed Sharpe's podcast to new heights, but also drew significant backlash, with accusations that industry heavyweights like Perry and Winfrey were attempting to sabotage his career. The situation has reignited long-standing debates about power dynamics, representation, and accountability in Hollywood, while also bringing renewed attention to claims made by actress and comedian Mo'Nique about her own struggles with these same figures. Sharpe's rise to prominence in the media world began after a successful 14-year NFL career, primarily with the Denver Broncos, where he established himself as a Hall of Fame tight end. Transitioning to sports commentary, he gained further recognition as a co-host on ESPN's First Take alongside Stephen A. Smith. However, it was his podcast, Club Shay Shay, that truly set him apart, allowing him to pivot from sports to a broader range of guests, including entertainers, rappers, and influencers. Sharpe's approach was unique. He fostered an environment where guests could speak freely, resulting in grounded, authentic conversations that contrasted with the polished, PR-driven interviews typical of mainstream media. This format resonated with audiences who appreciated seeing celebrities reveal their vulnerabilities and share unfiltered stories. The podcast's success was undeniable, with episodes garnering millions of views and establishing Sharpe as a rising star in the media landscape. The turning point came with the Cat Williams interview, which Sharpe himself did not anticipate would become a cultural phenomenon. Williams, known for his sharp wit and unapologetic honesty, used the platform to air grievances against a wide array of industry figures. He didn't hold back, addressing everything from pay disparities in Hollywood to alleged mistreatment by powerful gatekeepers. Among his most provocative claims were those directed at Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey, two titans of the entertainment industry. Williams accused Perry of failing to use his influence to elevate other black talent, suggesting that the actors in Perry's productions rarely achieved fame beyond his projects. He went further, criticizing Perry's casting choices and implying that Perry's acceptance of LGBTQ+ actors was performative, urging him to do more to support black LGBTQ+ talent specifically. Williams also revived long-standing allegations about Perry and Winfrey's treatment of Mo'Nique, claiming they had played a role in sidelining her career. The interview was a bombshell, sparking intense reactions across social media and the entertainment industry. For Sharpe, it was a double-edged sword. On one hand, the episode propelled Club Shay Shay to new heights, with viewership surpassing even his most popular previous episode featuring Steve Harvey, which had garnered 8 million views. Sharpe's producer predicted the Williams interview could hit 10 million views, a significant milestone for a podcast still establishing itself in a crowded field. The episode did indeed go viral, dominating conversations throughout 2024 and cementing Sharpe's reputation as a host unafraid to tackle controversial topics. However, the fallout was severe. Williams' remarks, particularly those targeting Perry and Winfrey, were seen by some as a betrayal of Hollywood's unspoken rules, which prioritize protecting the reputations of influential figures. Sharpe, by allowing Williams to speak freely without censorship, was perceived as complicit in this breach. The backlash was swift and multifaceted. Social media platforms erupted with debates, with some praising Sharpe and Williams for their honesty and others condemning them for airing dirty laundry. Sharpe faced personal attacks, including homophobic slurs and rumors about his character, which he found particularly difficult to navigate. In an interview with a Hollywood Reporter, he expressed shock at the intensity of the negativity, noting that while he was accustomed to criticism as an athlete, the vitriol in Hollywood was on another level. Comedians like Eddie Griffin and Mike Epps even incorporated jokes about Sharpe into their stand-up routines, though both later apologized. Sharpe addressed these attacks with characteristic candor, emphasizing that he had no issue with anyone's personal choices, but found it unacceptable to weaponize someone's perceived sexuality as an insult. He lamented the toxic nature of social media, where false narratives could gain traction simply through repetition. The controversy also brought renewed attention to Mo'Nique, whose own disputes with Perry and Winfrey had been largely dismissed years earlier. Monique's career had soared in 2009 with her Oscar-winning performance in Precious, a film produced by Perry Winfrey and Lee Daniels. However, tensions arose when Monique declined to participate in unpaid promotional work for the film at the Cannes Film Festival, citing her responsibilities as a mother and her ongoing comedy tour. She argued that she had fulfilled her contractual obligations and should not be expected to work for free. According to Monique, this decision led to her being labeled difficult, a reputation that she claims Perry and Winfrey actively perpetuated, effectively blackballing her from the industry. She has since demanded a public apology from both, asserting that their actions cost her family tens of millions of dollars in lost opportunities. Monique's allegations gained traction in the wake of Williams' interview, particularly because she claimed to have evidence supporting her claims. In a stunning revelation, she disclosed that she had recorded a conversation with Perry in which he allegedly admitted to spreading the rumor that she was difficult to work with. Monique shared this audio with Sharpe, urging him to listen and verify her account. This development escalated the drama, with reports suggesting that Perry and Winfrey were furious with Sharpe for allowing such claims to be aired on his platform. Some sources even claimed that they were exploring legal options to discredit Williams and mitigate the damage to their reputations. The situation was further complicated by Monique's assertion that while Lee Daniels had apologized for his role in the Precious fallout, Perry and Winfrey had not, leaving her feeling silenced and marginalized. Sharpe, for his part, maintained that his goal was to create compelling content for his audience, not to stir controversy. He emphasized that he had never been approached or propositioned to suppress certain voices or protect industry figures. His approach was to let his guests speak their truth, even if it meant ruffling feathers. This philosophy was evident in his decision to diversify his guest list beyond athletes, a strategic move inspired by the likes of MC Donald's, which expanded its menu to include more than just hamburgers. By inviting entertainers, rappers, and influencers, Sharpe attracted a broader audience, with each guest bringing their own following to the podcast. This strategy paid off, as evidenced by the success of interviews with figures like Steve Harvey, Magic Johnson, and, of course, Cat Williams. However, the Williams interview was a game-changer in ways Sharpe hadn't anticipated. During the conversation, Williams didn't just call out Perry and Winfrey. He also took aim at figures like Diddy, Cedric the Entertainer, and Ricky Smiley, accusing them of everything from stealing jokes to engaging in suspect behavior. One particularly striking moment came when Williams claimed that Smiley had included a clause in a contract requiring him to wear a dress, a remark that left Sharpe visibly surprised. Williams doubled down, arguing that certain actors, including Perry, excelled at playing women but struggled to portray men convincingly. These comments, delivered with Williams' signature intensity, were both provocative and polarizing, fueling the narrative that Sharpe's platform was a lightning rod for controversy. The fallout from the interview extended beyond personal attacks on Sharpe. It reignited discussions about systemic issues in Hollywood, particularly the role of gatekeepers like Perry and Winfrey. Williams' accusation that Perry hadn't done enough to elevate other black talent struck a chord with those who felt that opportunities in the industry were disproportionately concentrated among a select few. Similarly, his comments about Winfrey's alleged mistreatment of Monique tapped into broader concerns about accountability and fairness. Monique's story, in particular, resonated with many who saw parallels between her experience and the broader challenges faced by black women in Hollywood. Her refusal to work for free and her subsequent ostracization highlighted the precarious position of those who dared to challenge the status quo. Sharpe's response to the controversy was measured but firm. He acknowledged the warnings from Williams and his producer that the interview would have far-reaching consequences, including the loss of potential guests who might now be hesitant to appear on his show. Indeed, Sharpe noted instances where celebrities who had initially agreed to be interviewed backed out after the Williams episode, likely due to pressure from industry insiders. Despite this, Sharpe remained unapologetic about his approach, emphasizing that his job was to create a space where guests could speak freely, not to police their words or protect powerful figures. He expressed pride in the impact of the interview, even as he grappled with the personal toll of the backlash.